This match will get red hot.
Shucky ducky, quack, quack. Fatality.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Neurodiverse Vessel Assess. I'm your host, John Navarro, and we're going to do the next round of Evolve episodes for this review. So let's get right into it. So we start things off with Kali Armstrong and Natalya versus Nikita Lyons and Zeta Steel. Because last time I did the coverage of the episode, Armstrong got attacked by Zeta and Nikita, and Natalya came in for the save. So that's how we got this tag team match to start off episode 16. Really good. Nikita and Armstrong went back and forth. I love like the multi-punches and then the kick combo, like how they both had different fighting backgrounds going one-on-one. Then we had Natalya come in, do rollouts for Zeta Steel. Great back and forth. Near the end of the match, Kali Armstrong hits the Kali connector to Zeta Steel, but Natalya tags in and put it on the Sharpshooter. Pretty much this leads into them having a match down the line for the Evolve Championship, and I will cover that in the next group of Evolve episodes, but it was a pretty decent match. Then we get Stevie Turner backstage talking to Super Sean Legacy and Timothy Thatcher. Sean Legacy says he wants to face the whole Vanity Project in a gauntlet to prove that he should be Evolve champion #1 contender. Stevie's hesitant, and Timothy Thatcher says he has a lot to learn because Thatcher used to be in Evolve before WWE got the rights to it. So I think it's kind of cool that Thatcher is kind of like a mentor in some way. We had to see how that storyline goes. Then backstage, Mason Holiday and Lola Diggs are detectives. They're like, who the hell is attacking all these women backstage? Carly Bright got attacked. Ariana Burnett, like all these women are getting attacked. They don't know who. They say, oh, Zora Zachary, you haven't been here for a bit. So they blame Zora, and Zora's like, what the hell? Like, Jin Tala kind of talks to Kendall. I think they was talking, and they both agree that it's Zora. Zora says it's Gray. So that leads into them having a match next episode. And we get more of this storyline unfolding. I kind of like this storyline. Like, who's this mystery attacker? People blaming each other. Really interesting storyline. Then we get Marcus Matters versus Jordan of Races, and a good showcase for Marcus Matters. Guys, he's one of my favorites in Evolve. I've been watching a lot of his matches. He's from Philadelphia. I'm from Philly, so Philly boys have to represent. He killed it. Oasis starts quickly putting Marcus on the mat, using his power, but Marcus used his speed, just jumping over him, flying around, great back and forths. But then Marcus tried to hit a crossbody, but Oasis picks him up and puts a big slam, fisherman suplex. But at the end, Marcus hits a cool drop kick, like he gets out of a suplex, hits a drop kick to the back of the head, hits a dive on the outside, and then hits a 450 splash for the win. But then out of nowhere, Keanu comes in, demolishes both men, tosses Marcus into Oasis, pretty much obliterating both of them. And he says if he's not the next #1 contender, he's going to destroy the men's Evolve division. So most likely this means Keanu or Sean Legacy will be #1 contender. I can't wait to see how all of that plays out. Then backstage we have Tate Wild. He's a new person in Evolved, just an old country guy, but he likes that aggressive side of wrestling, and he can't wait. So buckle up and get ready for the show. I like this. We're getting like little vignettes of each person, and I kind of like the gimmicks in Evolve because like they're talking about the background. Tate Wild talked about how he did extreme sporting and also bull riding. So like having the new wrestlers like talk about themselves in these promos, I like it because it gives them time to shine, and I kind of like am more interested because I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like seeing these vignettes is really good, and hopefully this transfers into other programming for WWE, like really doing those vignettes of who is the superstar, but who is behind the superstar, kinda. Then we get Kylie Rae announcing that she wants a match against Wendy Choo in the first ever last woman standing match in Evolve. Not even the last woman standing, the last person standing match ever in Evolve. Big moves for Kylie Rae asking for the match, and it's gonna happen next episode. And guys, the match was good. Okay, Kylie Rae showed her aggressive side, and I loved it. It was really good. I can't wait to talk about that. But now on to the main event of episode 16. So we had a 3-on-1 handicap match. So Sean Legacy took on Vanity Project. If he won, he got the #1 contendership. So pretty much he fought Ricky Smokes. Ricky Smokes tried. He got a dropkick to the face and then shamble. So he was out. Sean and Brad Donovan, no, not Brad Donovan, sorry, Brad Taylor. Brad Bryson. That's the thing with Vanity Project. They're good, but almost all of them end with a B or like they have the same type of name. So Brad Baller. Yeah, Brad Baller went against Sean Legacy. Good back and forth, but he got eliminated with a roll up. And then Bryce Donovan comes in out of nowhere with like just full speed, big boot, like took the hell out of Sean Legacy to stop the gauntlet. And then after Vanity Project beats up Sean and Daxon, Drake says he's not going to give the title up that easily. Then LWO comes in for the save. Really good, and that leads into later down the line LWO versus Vanity Project in a really good match. So now on to episode 17. Guys, this episode wasn't a lot. It was more building up to stuff. So let's get into it. So we had KVU versus Ice Williams. KVU demolishes Ice Williams. Ice Williams tries, but KVU just demolishes him after. KVU beats the hell out of Ice Williams, but the Timothy Thatcher comes in for the save. Most likely we're going to get a feud between KVU and Timothy Thatcher, and I'm not mad about that. And then it leads into Kendall Gray versus Zora Zacker. Really good match, but also as well, just a really quick pace match. Zora Zacker tried to put in moves. Kendall Gray puts in a arm lock for most of the match, keeping her down, and then the Shades of Grey. But then after somebody gets attacked and both women go backstage, so now they know both of them are not the mystery attacker. So we don't know who this mystery attacker is. And then Stevie Turner comes out to announce Dante Chen, the newest person in Evolve. If you did see Dante Chen, he's really good on NXT. He was really good on NXT level up, but then Idiot Adolf comes out saying, I got injured too. I'm here and Evolved. All these newbies want to try to take this opportunity. I do not care. And now you want to too. I'm not going to let that happen. Pretty much setting up their feud. And then we got an interview backstage with Lola Diggs, but halfway through the interview, Jin Tala says, oh, nice to meet you. I'm your opponent next week. You see what I mean? Jin Tala is interviewing, like going up to the girls, and then girls are getting injured. Most likely she's the mystery attacker or something's at play. Really interesting storyline. Then we get the main event, the last woman standing match. And y'all, that match was crazy. Kylie Rae came out and she just ran into the ring, beat the hell out of Wendy Choo. They was brawling. Then Kylie Rae brought out a table. Wendy Choo beat the hell out of her. And then out of nowhere, Kylie puts a trash can on Wendy, get a broomstick and beats her like a piñata on a fiesta at a kid's birthday party, just whipping her. And then Wendy goes into a toolbox, gets tapes Kylie, dangling her off the ring post and just beats the hell out of her. So it's just back and forth craziness. A cannonball to the outside that looked devastating, like almost took out Wendy Choo back in the ring. Wendy Choo brought Legos. I like the gimmick, like the sleepy demonic gimmick, because anytime she pulls something out of the pillows, it's either something childlike, so Legos, So instead of thumbtacks, we had Legos as the OMG moment, and she smashes Kylie through a whole bunch of Legos, and that must hurt because if you ever stepped on a Lego, that is painful as hell. So I felt that. And then near the end, Wendy Choo's putting on a sleeper hold, but Kylie, Tay and her are on the ring apron battling, and Kylie lets go of the ropes to put Wendy through the table, and Kylie was able to get up in time to beat the 10 count to win the last woman standing match in the first ever last person standing match in Evolve. Big win for Kylie Rae. I like this match. I think that's the end of their feud. I don't know for sure, but if it is, that was a good way to end the feud. And I cannot wait to see where both women go from there. Now on to the last episode I'm reviewing this week. Guys, we had on an episode with not a lot of matches, but a lot of stuff building up to stuff. So we had Idiots Edoff versus Jamar Hampton hitting crossbodies. Jamar was hitting crossbodies in a big slam, but at the end, Idiots Dreadoff does a dirty move, pulls Hampton's eyes, and then hits a neck breaker for the win. I liked it, but like I noticed episode 17 to 18, not a lot of action. Like these matches are kind of quick. Hopefully soon the matches be longer. I'm not mad, it's just it was like some of these matches felt so short and it was building up. So I don't know if it's like they're trying to get more superstars on the show, but like the booking of it, the matches was like quick and I felt like it could have cooked more. Same thing with the next match. We had Jin Tala versus Layla Diggs. And right away, Jin Tala ripped Layla Diggs apart. Layla Diggs puts him offensive. But then like she puts this killer like headlock and she presses Layla Diggs' body to the mat. Like it looked painful as hell. And then she puts on the bonsai tree submission. That's actually one of my favorite submission holds. Like the way like she positions her body into a bonsai tree, almost ripping the opponent's arm out. And I kind of noticed, why is all the women getting injured in the arm? I think it's Jin Tala. We have to wait to see. And then we get the contract signing between Kali Armstrong and Natalya. I told you guys they was going to get a match soon. So Kali Armstrong says that Natalya is the GOAT, she's the best. But after that tag team match, Kali wants to prove herself. And she says she's the newest woman to get a championship. She's going to build up these Evolve Women's division. And Natalya says she always hears that from the newbies. I'm going to build up the division. How about Natty? Can Natty been working her butt off? She's been sacrificing. And she says these girls not know what hard work is. And they need a real locker room leader. Both of them signed a contract. It ends into a little scuffle. And Natalya hits the Sharpshooter. I cannot wait to review this match next week. I saw clips of it, but it's a really good match. Like this is like the match that really gets Evolve cooking in the women's division. Then we get my favorite Evolve woman, Chantel Moore. Like anytime I talk about Chantel Moore, I like her. She kind of gives diva, but she's like a wrestler. Imagine if Bianca Belair was in the Divas era. That's how I think of Chantel Moore. So she comes and she says, I'm glitz and glamour, but Holiday and Diggs did not know the real side of me. Chantel Moore came from rough places and rough times, and she's ready to take over Evolve, and she wants that woman championship. So she's not there to make friends like Diggs and Mason. She's there to actually compete, and if they have a problem with that, they can deal with her. So hopefully that brings their feud more. And then we end this week Evolve review with LWO versus Vanity Project. And I'm going to say it was a really good match. Right away, Ricky and Lindsay went back and forth. And then, oh my God, guys, Joaquin Wire and Cruz del Toro is so underrated. LWO is so underrated, but Joaquin Wire and Cruz del Toro is so underrated. That, like, springboard into, like, a moonsault, crazy good. I like it. And then everyone just went brawling, and at the end, Lindsay froze Jackson Drake into Vanity Project with a killer Karana and hits a 450 splash for the win. So most likely Lindsay will be the first contender for the Evolve Championship if he's the one who pinned Jackson Drake, but we have to wait to see. So that's pretty much my review for Evolve, and hopefully you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys next time.